I've never seen it.
Easy
Your
for
nervous
you to
system
be
isn't settled.
where you want to be.
My favorite New Yorker cartoon during the pandemic was a guy rowing a boat in the middle of a tsunami with a shark having eaten off half of the boat and like no food, and then the caption just, I think I'll write a book. It's like, yeah, brother, that book's not gonna go so well.
Oh man, I kept wanting to transition to this movie
To boobs.
to talk about it.
Boobs. I always want to talk about boobs.
Easy transition. Children's education.
Well, it was. I mean,
boobs.
children's education is not a good time to transition to a Woody Allen movie.
In many ways.
Nepotism is an
Actually,
interesting
yeah.
time to transition to a Woody Allen movie.
Actually,
yeah. Oh my gosh.
These are
no
all
easy way to
excellent
get over to him.
transitions.
That's so funny. It's giving very Back to the Future with nepotism of that, where it's like, is your mom your like daughter? You know what I mean?
I'm a nepotism father. My daughter really has an in through me, her husband.
Yep.
So that is how I got my in. Was my daughter's husband me?
My daughter's husband, me.
My daughter's husband, me. Oh my God, heaven, absolute heaven.
Perfect.
No notes.
We want to, and then we've got some stuff we want to do after this. So Vicky Cristina Barcelona, a Woody Allen movie.
Which is why I haven't seen it. I was trying to be like, why haven't I seen this movie? I just have blocked out because my mom did a good job, and she was like, you're never going to ever see a Woody Allen movie.
See, this is the level where my parents are coming from of not really, they don't follow anything. I used to in like, I think freshman year of college, had like a Annie Hall poster.
Whoa.
That I
Chippewa Falls,
then,
Wisconsin.
yeah, and it was just, then in my parents, once at some point I just stored it in my parents' house.
Yeah.
And a few years ago they were like, we have all these posters. Do you want to keep any of these? And it was like a One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest post, like all the hits.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you could throw out that
Chinatown.
Woody, like 3 Bill Cosby records. I'm like,
Oh my
but I'm like, you
God.
could throw away the Woody Allen poster or the Annie Hall poster. And they're like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, why?
And you're like,
And I'm like, well, everything about Woody Allen. And
Right.
to them, they're like the stand-up guy who made a couple movies.
Yeah.
Like that's, you know what I
Right.
mean? I think
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
probably thought he's made like 5 movies ever, if not less.
Jesus.
So
When I
Scary
think he's made like
stuff.
100.
I don't even know.
For a while, he was just pumping out every thought he had twice a year.
And
Yeah,
it was
which
so
wasn't
validated.
interesting.
Yes.
Because I will say that I've seen one Woody Allen movie. It was Annie Hall, because my best friend in high school really liked Annie Hall, and I liked Diane Keaton, and so I saw it behind my mom's back. Whoa, crazy!
This is how Mormons talk about
Pretty
stuff.
I know,
Yeah.
literally. And then I was like, oh, why do we like this? Why? Like I didn't.
I have a totally
connect-
different experience.
I didn't connect to any of it.
Yeah.
I am Woody. That mind is mine. That neuroticism, like,
Sure.
when I saw those, I was like, yeah, brother, amen. Yeah, I was obsessed with it.
This is the English versus biology degree conversation.
Maybe it is.
Not now.
Unfortunately, this is something he would write.
But here's the thing, and like even the splits thing of the reality, like I adored it.
Yeah.
But I also had the context of watching it later in college of being like, I'm watching like, and so I don't know. I feel like what pisses me off about Woody Allen is similar to like, I guess like
Amongst other things.
the one thing.
Woody
Just
Allen's
one.
one flaw
Actually,
I have
just
dug
one.
below the surface and found.
But it's
I
like,
just didn't know why we had to care about him in the movie.
oh,
Does that
in
make
the
sense?
movie, he was in like a likable.
I was like, I don't care about this man.
Oh, in Annie Hall in
Yeah.
particular. I can't remember looking back. But what was it
Yeah,
when you
sorry,
saw it for the first time?
Well, I just love like the breaking the fourth wall, like in the line and the
Sure.
guy walks by. That sort of stuff. I love the medium of it all. But what I was watching it as, I think what pisses me off the most about Woody Allen, I dated a man with Woody Allen tattooed on his arm, the face, and
Oh,
yeah, so that was a fun
It's
time.
just funny to picture a tattoo artist sighing for 3 hours.
Oh, maybe she was sighing. My favorite moment is when I realized he had like a Chinatown tattoo above it, and I was like, who is? I go like this. I go, who directed Chinatown? And he's like, this is like a couple years ago, and he was like, Polanski. And I go, I literally just organically. It was the best joke I've ever done. It was not taken well because it was mean, and I just go, okay, you only have white rapists on your arm. Where's Cosby?
Where's We need to be a little more inclusive.
branch out.
But it was like horrifying. But here's the thing. I don't like the thing about Woody is that people have, especially these sort of like this archetype of this performatively insecure film bro that is like taking his anger out on his perceived lack of validation in the world on women. And so it's this inability to separate and be like, gosh, I totally think like that person, but I understand that person, that actual person is harmful.
Yeah.
And so instead of being able to be like, like, I'm going all over the place, but you know when Kelly Kapoor from The Office, when they're trying to figure out if Hilary Swank is hot?
Oh, yeah.
And she goes, no, because if Hilary Swank's not hot, then I'm not hot.
Yes.
And that is
100%.
every man telling me about Woody Allen.
Yes.
I go, no, because if Woody Allen's a rapist, I'm a rapist.
Right.
And you're like,
Yeah.
no.
And you're like, oh, and my take on that is yes.
Then probably, actually, if you're yelling at me,
Actually,
then you're
yes.
worried.
And that's the $1 million baby question.
100%. That is Hillary. And but
Yeah.
I think about that all the time. That's what makes me so mad about Woody Allen, because I get it. I like him. I have
Yeah.
that same complicated of like, gosh, you know, if Trump says something that makes sense once in a while, you're not going to go like, I agree. Like, no,
Right.
you're going to go, ew, here's my own personal thing.
There's that Onion thing of the worst person you know just made a good point.
Right.
Yes.
That just,
that's
and
Woody
now we
Allen
all
to
know
me.
that unfortunate man's face
Right.
as that, who is just someone somewhere.
Oh,
But
that's
if you
so
see
funny.
that face, you know what
That
someone's
stock
almost like
photo.
referencing.
They
Yeah, that
use-
stock photo model ended up being the worst
They
thing.
use my face for a lot of the Reductress articles, and I love it so much.
I always get excited when I see people I know
I
on the Reductress articles. I'm like, there it is.
Tim Platt is so funny because Tim is the nicest person alive, and they'll use him for like just the worst guy like that.
He will be this guy.
Yes,
in the
100%.
references and things. See,
Yeah.
I remember when because Annie Hall was also like a freshman year film class thing that we
Sure.
watched amongst all of those, you know, all the
Yeah.
decades, whatever. And I remember I watched it and I was like, I really liked how, you know, you hadn't seen a lot of broken conventions or anything. I wasn't
Sure.
really into movies a whole lot when I took this film class. Just
Yeah.
my friend Kevin was in it.
Naturally.
And
Absolutely.
so
We all
every
have a
time I
Kevin.
saw something, I was like, whoa. There were there were movies that were good before 1990. Like just thinking,
Yeah.
like I thought Jurassic Park was the first good movie, and
Well, you're not wrong.
No, it is still the best. It's still the best movie. But when he is arguing, or when he's basically just waxing on about nothing in line about being on time for
Yes.
movies, I think, which I'm very anxious about being on time.
Same.
But then the guy behind, he just fights with like the clone version of himself.
I love
in
it.
the line.
It's so
I was like,
meta.
okay, so he hates himself.
Yes.
This is, you know, we realize he hates himself.
Right.
You wish he hated himself more.
Oh, please.
Or
Yes.
not just because he's anxious. But
Yeah.
it is unfortunately impossible to separate him from
I know.
From him
worse being
marrying
Manhattan.
Separate it from Manhattan.
The
yeah.
movie Manhattan, where it's like, wouldn't it be crazy if I had an underage wife? He's like testing the waters.
Yeah. So
He's like, would you guys be
gross.
mad? And they're like, not only will we not be mad, you'll
Yeah,
make
but-
$82 million domestically.
Say that.
And then there's also so much about like I don't know, whatever.
Well, the
And
people
then-
like you'll say I like this person's complicated, and they'll immediately jump to invalidating a victim of assault, or
Yeah.
also, and they'll be like, well, I believe this part of him, but not this, and you're like, whoa, what a disproportionate.
there's
I'm
also,
not
like,
mad at
so
you.
much evidence.
I'm not mad at you. This one is. I remember when Vicky Cristina Barcelona came out. It was sort of at this. Was this 2011? Oh, maybe.
I think it's 2001. I want to say.
Was it really that long ago?
I have no idea.
I'm
Maybe-
sorry
I
to
don't
cut you
know.
off. What were you saying?
Oh no, I think I was just yelling about the evidence about why Woody Allen is
2008.
that person.
This is
And a
2008.
total creep.
Oh, just a horrible creep.
No, I had to cut you off. Then keep going.
I'll edit out you having that opinion.
I'll edit it out.
Catherine
I remember
actually
when
is a
this-
huge Woody Allen fan.
That's my whole soundbite of the entire thing. Even
the guy.
when this came out in 2008, because I remember I was in college. I know I was like because I'm in Columbia, Missouri. This comes out even then. This is 2008.
I like talking about this as if it's the Obama election. But keep
Right.
going.
Well, I remember where I was for that too. I had the Hope poster for this movie on my
Next to it,
wall.
yeah.
Just my Shepherd's Ferry Vicky Cristina Barcelona artwork.
Absolutely.
No, I remember when this came out, people being like, already like, well, we don't. With you know what I mean, you sort
sure.
of every time another
Are
movie
we
of
gonna
his
watch
came out,
this?
it was like a dialogue would pop up about Woody Allen, and then I saw this movie. I think I saw this movie.
Well,
Yes, I did because I saw Midnight.
Oh,
in
I saw
Paris.
Midnight in Paris. Yeah,
So I was like,
yeah.
if I saw Midnight in Paris, I saw this. But I remember little stuff popping up about this, and me
Yeah.
not fully ever committing to knowing what was going on. And then Midnight in Paris came out, and I loved Midnight in Paris.
Again, conceptually, what a fun idea.
And then sort
I'm
of
not
after
going to be very helpful in this.
that is
I'm
more than
gonna tell
fine. Midnight in Paris, I think he he won an Oscar at least for best
the
screenplay or
concept is
something.
every era is the golden era, and so like Owen Wilson kind of goes back to certain eras in life where these artists are like grappling with the current nature of life and art.
Sure.
It's like it's we're trapped in nostalgia.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then but after that one, I feel like anytime anything. It's
When
I don't know
when
if some
Kate
maybe.
Winslet said yes to Wonder Wheel, people were like, "Girl."
Yeah, I wonder if there was a definitely not his son piece that came out, like a Ronan Farrow. Didn't something with Ronan?
All of them. Yeah. Ronan's been
I feel
doing
like
the
in some
reporting
sort
for
of
his sister,
time.
yeah.
I don't remember the timeline of when, but it feels like between Midnight in Paris and 2018.
I don't know,
Everyone
guys.
gave up.
If I knew when I
Say
came
that.
out of the womb, everyone should have known.
Can I tell you that's
Yeah, probably.
I was literally raised being told, like, oh yeah, but he is married to his.
it's very public.
Yeah, I don't think I ever. I'm sure I knew that, or it was like what, or like that's
Yeah.
crazy, and I'm just like
No.
in college in
Well,
in
people
Missouri,
did a
like
lot of like trying to invalidate also like Mia Farrow, like as a person because she's very zany.
They made her seem crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
I was never
And-
even plugged
but
in
she-
enough to get in this far.
Yeah.
into
and
it.
she is zany, but that also doesn't mean
No, it means
that-
jack shit in
Yeah.
terms of whether or
Right.
not an abuser
Zany
abuses.
means
Yeah.
everything the other person says is correct.
right.
That's so true. I
Yeah.
forgot.
That's
Fuck.
a comedy club in Chicago.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
There's a lot of metaphor in that.
I just leave.
Yeah.
like
You leave because you love Woody so
I've like
hard.
I don't think I've ever really sat and thought like when was I like just like what am I off, like I don't remember what I knew about him at what
Yeah.
point. I was never super plugged into movies.
Yeah.
And then I think I saw Vicky Cristina Barcelona, but I don't even remember anything. But I remember seeing Midnight in Paris
Here-
and then just
Yeah.
being like, but then it still feels like every 2 years they're like, did you hear
No,
this
he got a
person
standing
keeps
ovation
kind
at
of doing
Cannes.
stuff with him?
He got a standing ovation at Cannes this year.
oh my god, this is upsetting.
He's too old.
Well, here's the thing. It's a
He's
little
gonna run for
up.
president.
like this
Mostly-
concept that it like we didn't know or whatever. It's a little bit like recycling versus ExxonMobil because it's with Michael Jackson. Like we all know, but it's more of a holistic, like systemic shift in society and patriarchal uplifting and monetary support of predators.
Yeah.
And so it's like we put
but
it.
also, like what is he?
Wait,
I
what
know-
happened with Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson.
I'm just
it was-
kidding. I'm
oh.
totally just kidding. I just it'd be insane. This is how unplugged I am.
I love
We
it.
both-
Okay, so
We
Michael
literally
Jackson,
both didn't miss a beat. We did. We were like, okay, so there wasn't even a really. It was okay. So
Yeah, I have no. I guess I don't know if anyone. I mean, I think like Jean Grey has done Annie Hall on here before, but that was a live show, so we didn't really talk or wax too much. And I'm just like, oh wow, what is the time? I have
the
bad memory
timeline when
anyways because
people
pieces of my
started?
brain have been carved out,
Oh,
and
I
so
wonder how that would affect memory.
I lose
That's
a little bit
crazy.
from that. But I'm just like, what?
Yeah, but like
What were-
recently enough, a lot of people signed a petition about Roman plants.
I mean, that was like
So-
20. Right, that's what the Imagine video was for, right? Imagine all these
was.
people
Yep.
signing.
I was waiting
this
for one for the
document.
fires. I was waiting for an Imagine
black and
video.
white.
Yeah, I was so desperate for it.
I don't know if they could all make that in Ojai.
Yeah, that's true. It'd be up to smoking. Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? But this one,
But I'll just say, I'm like, this guy, the shitty part about Woody Allen, that why I love making fun of him is because I love like the writing and the movies. I think that is an awful person. There's no question about it. And I like making fun of him because I know I love the art and am able, similar to any sort of like complicated artist, to say I appreciate that. And also I'm parting ways. Like I loved Harry Potter. Guess
Right.
what? You can still part ways with that because I'm a
Yeah.
harmful
you can be
creator.
Like, hey, like you did something
Yes.
that I like. You maybe shifted the narrative of film, or like the way that we looked
appreciate
at
that.
music,
Yeah.
or whatever the thing is. And you can go, I liked that shift, and you, sir,
Are bad.
are bad, and I no longer support your art. But I recognize what you did for the culture.
Say that.
if you even
it's
have to
like-
talk to them that much.
Well,
And
it's only
You
when he
can-
comes
but I think
over.
that-
I'm talking
I
to
think-
everyone all the time.
Sure.
I'm talking to Woody only.
The thing about the
I
people is
said a
they are very
lot.
online, and J.K. Rowling will reply to your tweet. So
Does she really?
I think she's. If I had the
She
money she
blocked
has, you
my
would have never
cousin.
fucking heard from me again.
She blocked my cousin on Twitter. My cousin,
Wow.
who is I mean
A bitch. No, kidding.
A total fucking Slytherin.
Yeah.
fucking Slytherin. But it's just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
There's no reason.
Just like a girl who lives in Chicago.
If I had infinity money forever and everyone loved me as they did her, 12 years ago,
Yeah.
maybe not even that long
Yeah.
ago, you would have never. I would pop up every once in a while and be like, Trump's a Slytherin, and then disappear
You know,
or whatever.
you know
If
who
I
did
did
it
that
right?
much.
Richard Dawson. And I don't want to hear anything. I'm sure it's really bad. Host of Family Feud
Oh,
in
yeah.
the 60s, 70s.
Kissed everyone for 15
everyone
years,
15 years
on the
and
lips.
Then became a quote-unquote hermit and just stayed in his house for
Yeah.
the rest of his life.
Kissed
like,
everyone for 15 years
On
and then
lips.
just straight disappeared. Just kissed every woman
Male,
on lips on
female,
television.
child,
just
adult.
everyone. It was nonstop. And then the next host came and
every
everyone's
time.
like, it's got to be insulting to be the next host and no one
Wants
wants
to
to kiss
kiss
you.
you.
Like we all kissed that old guy in front of this floral
Like, that's
pattern
kind of
for
the
20
gig,
years.
right? Yeah. In this burnt
That's what I
orange. Yeah.
He goes in
Signed
for the
up
kiss and you
for?
just hear like, ah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Is Richard Dawson? He's not alive still, is he?
I don't think so. Chuck Woolery just passed. I'm a big game show person. Chuck
Yeah.
Woolery just passed. That was sad, but he had to have died.
Yeah. I wanted to do the script, but now I want to know your favorite game show.
Oh well, I mean, Match Game was my number one. Gene Rayburn
Match
was
Game is
huge
really,
for
really
me.
good. Charles Nelson Riley on Match Game is like my
He-
all-time
can I
favorite
tell
like,
you?
behavior.
So now nothing makes me laugh harder than TikTok liberating sort of neurodivergence and being like T-Rex arms or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But growing up, my sister and I would whenever we walked like this, we would call them our Charles Nelson Riley arms. Because we just looked gay. We looked gay as hell.
Your C-Rex.
It was. We'd be like,
I always thought him and Richard Dawson when he was on Match Game
yeah.
were just the best energy next to each other.
They are.
It was so fun and just like kind of laid back,
Yes.
sort of constant flirting and not caring
so
about
sexy.
like lethargy about the person trying to win money. They just there's a clear way with Match Game where basically you as a celebrity can pick whether or not this person wins money.
not.
And some people just be like, fuck it, and just answer the
Do the
most
weirdest
asinine
bit.
shit for a bit.
I loved it so much.
It was like the people like Gilbert Gottfried on Hollywood
Squares,
Squares, where you're just
yeah.
like, oh, you're not even participating in the game at
people
the
would
expense of
avoid.
like someone's mortgage.
Yeah, it really would be that. Which is also like American game shows now where it's like, I'm playing for my leg not to fall off at healthcare. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh no.
Yeah,
Like
and you're
Deal
like
or
cooking.
No Deal. And
Yeah,
you're like, God damn it.
my cousin was on Deal or No Deal Island.
Really?
The
I've never
one
seen
that just came back. It's a year old now, so I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
the second season just started. And he was the first person to lose. He lost so fast. I knew he was going to lose because he was barely in the promotions.
That's
It's my
heartbreaking.
cousin's
Oh.
husband.
Okay.
And I was like, texting him, I'm like, Branson's not in any of the.
Oh,
And she's like, ha ha ha.
Oh yeah.
And then we
NBA.
watched like the trailer thing, and he helped an old lady out of the mud. And
Okay.
the rest of the people were like, we have to vote that guy off. And they voted him off for doing what is like a comically
absolutely
good
not.
like he's cutthroat.
You know what he has to do
It's
now
like a
is
woman
like brown.
drowning in mud.
He has to brand as a good guy or something. He has like a brand as like a
He's
mud
like a
singer.
professional poker player.
Oh,
so
whoa.
Me too as well.
yeah, I know it's such a crazy,
I know
crazy existence that he has. But he was like, I was like, oh, and thank God he lost because I did not want to watch any more of the show.
Right.
Wait,
yeah.
a poker player, isn't that perfect for that game?
You would think. Well, I think
But-
they were like, oh, they like are reading so much into it. They're like, he plays poker and he helped an old lady not suffocate in mud. We have to eliminate
We have to
this
cut him
guy.
on this island.
There's because it was full of other people who'd been on other game shows
Right,
and like
yeah.
Survivor
Sure.
and all this stuff and this is, I mean, we go a ways without doing the script sometimes.
I'm
on this
having the time of my
podcast,
life.
and we're pumping it right
I'm
now.
having the
we
time of
really
my life.
are.
Okay.
Vicky, it's
This is all, if we get really meta though,
Well-
this is all Vicky Cristina Barcelona.
yeah.
Okay.
I think didn't this movie study abroad first semester?
Well,
Didn't
that's
it
my
start
guess.
calling it Vicky Cristina Barcelona?
Barcelona. I almost typed B-A-T-H in this. I almost did. I did.
Although Woody Allen strikes me as someone who'd be mad at that pronunciation.
He would, you know what he would do is like, he would be whatever you aren't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like, just whatever. This
He would be a
whole, like,
contrarian.
opinion- Yes.
And then
right.
if you agreed with him, he would start disagreeing with himself.
He'd be like, I don't
Why
know.
didn't everyone tell him it is cool to marry your daughter? And then he wouldn't have.
Oh my God, that's genius.
God.
That's
Officer?
Genius. Oh my God.
Judge, whoever
We should have done
helps with
that.
this.
Yeah, the police. Of course they helped. Wait,
All
I'm
right.
excited. Okay.
Let's do it. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back and get to the script.
I'm so excited. I
I'm very
loved
excited.
every conversation we had.
So I want to, anything you want to
No
preface.
idea what I said.
Me too.
I don't remember either.
Okay.
And I mute some of the episodes.
Oh, okay.
Just entirely.
Sure.
Oh,
Just
No-
I'm
no
just trying to
problem.
do some ad stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to get an ad sense.
But you don't mute your voice. You just mute ours.
Did you ever see? Do you know Nate Fernald?
Yeah, of course.
Did you ever see when Nate did a bit where he said he'd been cut out of WTF with Mark Maron?
No.
He says the podcast is called WTF with Mark and Nate, and then he added
so
his voice
funny.
to every pause of an episode of Mark Maron's podcast.
That is
I
genius.
love
So
that.
Mark Maron would be like, well, and Nate would be like, what I think is,
Yeah.
and then Marcus Donovan, he's like, okay. And he just, he digitally
Nate's
added
energy is
himself
so perfect
to
for
an
that.
entire episode of
That
WTF
is
with
so
Mark Maron.
good.
That is genius.
He is so funny. He was just on here because he wrote a Halloween book with Zach
did he?
Broussard. They're called The Boo Boys, and they
Oh,
wrote. You remember
fun.
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
Yes.
Yeah.
They wrote a satire of that.
I
love
haven't seen
that.
it in years, but I did like Brett Davis shows with him all the time. Like Nate was just so genius.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
He wrote for James Corden for a while.
Oh,
And
did
then the
he?
show
Okay.
ended, and then I've seen him a bunch since
Party
then.
rock. That's how it
Nice.
happened.
And now you guys are actual friends.
So what would you like to complete preface aside from this? Feels like how much preface has to come into tackling a Woody Allen
Say that.
situation. What is anything you knew about the movie
Oh,
or anything
okay.
that went into the script?
So what I knew about the movie, what I knew about the movie is one, like Javier Bardem.
This
like,
cannot be the character's real name, is it?
Well, it's in my movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, this is, but
Okay, if I had more time, I also would have had like one of my bit, but it was like I was getting so gluttonous with this world I was building that I was either going to write 6 pages or 100.
yeah.
And so I didn't. I wrote
It's
6.
okay to end.
And so when I was writing 100 in my brain, I wanted it to be like when someone's like, that's the name of the movie. I wanted them to
Right.
like pass like a little like monument, like that's the Vicky Cristina Barcelona.
Oh, like the titular
here in
title drop
Texas.
type of thing?
Yeah,
Okay,
100%.
Definitely.
But I wanted it to not take place in Barcelona, and I wanted to not. But what I think it is about, and what I know.
Right. If there's anything you're bringing to this.
Yes,
that we
what
need
I'm
to
bringing is that I know that they're. Oh wow, I didn't know a lot. I know in one acting class I took several years ago. I don't remember the content, but I remember it was LA, and they were like, "We do movies in this scene class,"
Yeah,
and
classic.
they did Vicky Cristina Barcelona, and it was like I was auditing it, and I remember just kind of being floored.
What is that auditing?
Meaning,
mean?
like I was watching, I wasn't
Sitting
part of the
in.
class.
Okay. In Los Angeles, auditing can also mean you're taking a stress test outside of a big purple castle.
Does it mean that?
The Scientologist, yeah.
Oh, shit. Imagine this is my reveal. So Woody sucks.
I was
but, yeah.
auditing Woody for Tom, and
What's wrong with them? But I was like dropping in on this class, and it was like the master teacher, and which is like that's its own Scientology, which I love. But it was like these girls were doing Vicky Cristina Barcelona, but it was like you would think this is the biggest melodrama you've ever seen.
yeah.
And it was
Okay.
like, oh, and I only remember because trying not to be rude and laugh in this class. And that's all I remember of that and their dynamic.
Do you think it was a performance-based thing?
Yes.
Or,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't think it was the real movie. Because I also saw a scene from Before Sunset before I did. And I was like, it was like the long, when they have the phone call at the table in
Yeah.
wherever they are, where it's like, hey, what would you say if I called? Like, I'm canceling Celeste or whatever. In the acting class, it was like, hey, what would you say? And like
Right. You're like
it was a
you're
45-minute
acting like
scene.
you're acting.
Yeah, it was a 45-minute scene.
What
Okay.
is happening? There's so many pauses.
Yes, and they were really trying to make a meal, which I adore. But so that's what I know about the women's dynamic. But I know that they're beautiful. I know that I remember like maybe seeing like YouTube of him on like a cell phone with a plaid shirt and a leather cuff, going like ha da da, like in a like yelling and like at someone in a garden. I remember there was a stone wall where there's Vicky, I'm assuming, and Christina are having dinner.
Vicky and Chris. Vicky is one person. And
I'm
Christina's
guessing those are their
another?
names, right?
I don't
And
know.
I think Woody Allen is named Barcelona.
Yeah, Barcelona.
Right.
Barcelona.
Bart E. Lona is
Well,
his
it's-
name in the movie.
So funny. And then it rearranges where I am Tom Riddle. Okay, so
okay.
what I knew was that the women maybe were friends, and then this man came in and alters the dynamic, and that's what I know.
Great.
Okay.
So I went out based off that,
Okay.
and I think I did a good job. I gotta be
Cast it
honest.
however you'd like to cast it.
And will you? Yeah. Okay. So here's my thing.
Yeah.
I was really trying to think of who should play the roles. I didn't want to go with standard presenting genders, but I do feel you should play Cuff,
Okay.
who is our male lead.
Cuff.
And honestly, I do think See, Catherine, if I was casting this in real life,
Sure.
I would cast you as Titiana, and I would cast myself as Cigarette. But
Cigarette?
that's her name. And
is it because she's got that
Great
American
name.
spirit?
that's incredible, but it's not the American one.
That's all I needed.
No.
You know what? I'm gonna trust you because I think you're an incredible actress. You are gonna play Titiana, our lead.
Oh, wow.
Just
I'm gonna
think
buck it up.
fresh-faced milkmaid, just ready to bang. That's
Okay, great.
That's what you should.
I understand
And
that.
I say this. Can I say? I love Scarlett Johansson. I think she's perfect. I think she did an acting job. So
Maybe I haven't seen this. I didn't even remember her being in it.
Were you looking at somewhere else?
Was Javier Bardem in it?
Yeah.
This is pre-Skyfall Javier Bardem. My eyes could have
Oh
been
my
cast
god! Well, because
away.
also he's like a little bit gangly in this, and it's like you can tell that Woody is like. Anyways,
Look a little more like me for
A little
the movie.
bit,
It's like looking at Javier Bardem. He's like the mirror.
dead ass. Okay, so you're gonna play Titiana,
Okay.
but I caveat that with no shade to Scarlett. She's perfect. It's what Woody has written.
Yes. So milkmaid, ready
Fresh
to be
face.
fucked.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ready to rail.
RBF.
Cuff is like, oh my god, he's wise.
Okay.
But in the way that Cuff is wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. That's actually the only note I'll give.
Great.
Great.
And I'll do the I'll do Cigarette, and I'll also do the what did they call it?
The wall-to-wall
Yeah.
exposition.
Yes. Okay. Both of you gave me different words.
Yeah, we all said like a bunch of different things, but you
Yeah.
agreed to all of it. So.
Yeah, I'm a yes
The dress
guy.
is gold, the dress is black.
Yeah. Well, the dress doesn't exist.
That would have been a game
Whoa.
changer.
Not now. Well, the dress in real life was blue and black.
What is
There's
it?
a real life?
In like from the picture.
Oh, duh.
The earnesty with which you asked.
I'm sorry. I'm a Gemini. I don't live in reality.
Gemini as well.
So,
You also asked it as a concept. There's a real life.
yeah, exactly. I was like, because I'm not in it right now.
I'm going to put that clip of you after defending Woody Allen.
after
and then
I
you're going
love
to go, there's
Woody."
a real life.
We take her to the hospital after this. Okay.
Great.
Okay, ready. Everyone ready. This is, can I tell you, I can't imagine how they felt when they did the first table read for Citizen Kane. But it's how I feel right
probably
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's this feeling and
Yeah.
it's palpable.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Vicky Cristina Barcelona by Mo. Okay. Exterior Spain, parentheses, I hope. A beautiful woman with like just the best tits you've ever seen, wearing the thinnest white t-shirt you've ever seen, and a corny ass backpack with jeans that do nothing for her, is looking up at a structure in Spain. She is holding a suitcase that can hold one outfit and talking on her Nokia brick. I did think this was 2001.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Titiana.
Mom, you can't call me every day. I will be in my study abroad course busy, but they do not, I don't know how to read.
Also, it is written as I talk, so there's no real.
Okay,
yeah,
great.
yeah.
I love that. I will be in my study abroad course busy, but they do not make me take classes. Why? No time. These are international minutes. One call costs about as much as rent will cost for the next 4 months that I'm staying here.
Close up back on that suitcase. Titiana continued.
I'm just so done with men not being able to understand me. I know I'm 18, Mom. Thank you. Yes. She wants to fuck her mom.
I love this choice you're making. I love this choice. Yeah.
I just have a mind as big and beautiful as my heavy naturals. And I'm sick over being constantly misunderstood by my hunky boyfriends. I'm kind of a bitch, though, so I'll never date the thin or short man who completely understands me. And for that, I should feel unsafe saying no to them. Anyways, no, Mom. Stop being so jealous of me. God, men don't understand me and women are just jealous of me. Harumph.
Oh, casting you as Titiana was the best choice I ever made. Okay. Just then, Titiana whips her backpack around and runs into the secure and finally equally as hot, but thank God different because brown hair, Cigarette. She is older, but not. Like, you can tell older maturity-wise and probably actress-wise, but you're not quite sure what you want us to believe here with the nature of this relationship because, like, energetically, these women would never connect in the real world.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
That's not how we apologize in this country. Okay, sorry. Cigarette grabs Tatiana's chest while slowly and deeply kissing her with tongue that is relaxed and rhythmic. Catherine is incredible. Okay. Wet in the way. Yeah. Wet in the way where Tatiana wants more, not gross. This is still the opening of the movie, by the way. Come with me. I will take you to dinner. Interior, a cave. I have seen this shot by being part of society. Cigarette and Tatiana are having dinner. There's something about you. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Thank you. It's because I'm hot.
No. I see you differently. I am not like the men you've dated. By the way, it's because you're hot. Tatiana, taken aback by finally being seen, but then thinks about why this wise, secure old hag might know that.
Isn't it Penelope Cruz?
Yeah, an old hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
To Woody? Okay. Okay.
Did she drive here?
Has her license.
Somebody grab the commode. Okay. Okay. But Tatiana, taken aback by finally being seen, but then thinks about why this secure, wise old hag might know that and says,
Who sees you?
Cigarette as if she's 100. We women are never seen by men. We are their best guests. Oh. It is we who truly see each other. Do not betray me. Also, I do fuck a man who is tall and wears a leather cuff. I am in love with him and waiting for him to choose me, even though that goes against my whole thing. The quote-unquote waiter walks up.
Another drink, ladies?
Close up on the wine bottle being held by a hand, which is connected to a wrist, wearing a leather cuff. Incredible. Cuff. What are you doing here? She cares, but doesn't really. And can I say, Cuff and Cigarette are like born for each other. It's like embarrassing that the filmmakers, me, even pretend like for a second Cuff might entertain Titty. Like, that's embarrassing for him.
No, embarrassing is that I just got that her name is Titty. Embarrassing is that I'm like, oh, that could be short for that.
It's killing me. You literally, in the opening, you go, is that her real name? I was like, no. Like, because I'm assuming you knew Titiana was not her real name.
Right, because I believe the first sentence
yeah,
is
go
best
ahead.
tits you've
Command
ever seen.
all, delete this one. There's so many words.
You're just so focused on her mind. You're so
I
focused on her
Sorry,
You're up here.
script's
You're
up here.
fellas. Okay. Did you see that shirt Joe Firestone made years ago? It's a shirt, it's a tank top, and then at the bottom it says, "My boobs are down here."
Love that.
It's heaven. Okay. Okay, where is it? Okay, so she cares. It's okay. So this is like embarrassing for him. Cigarette and him are so completely in love and in line with each other, but he's so emotionally immature that he takes her fear that he will cheat on her, parentheses, because he does, as rejection. Ew, LOL. That's so lame. But instead of being like, sorry, he's like, you don't open your heart to me. And it's like, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Hello, I am Cup. Cigarette didn't tell me she had a new friend.
Titiana, who was literally just a girl's girl, decides she has never picked up on a vibe or taken a context clue in her life and completely abandons her new chica.
She didn't tell me she had a friend with a plaid shirt and a leather cuff. Where has she been hiding you? And why didn't you come out sooner?
Innuendo with gay stuff there. Screen Rant will tell us 10 years from now.
I'm so sorry.
That's not how you say sorry in this country.
They fuck on the table. Wow, you really embodied the transition there. 2 months later.
I like to think Woody Allen uses like what you need to do to flip over a cassette tape with an audiobook on it.
Oh my God, I forgot about the cassette tape ding. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, he does. For children.
Yeah,
Okay.
all of his content is for children because he is for the babies.
Him and Rafi.
Well, he wants
people
his
are
wife
for
to
the
go to his
babes.
movies.
Some people are for the
That's
babies.
so true. His wife can't like. What is it? His wife doesn't have object permanence yet.
Who's my husband?
Where's his dick? Okay. Titiana now has lowlights. This means she is secure because her hair is a little bit browner than it was in the beginning. She is walking with a top on that looks like cigarette. On her arm, Cuff, the man.
I love you. You are so enlightened. You know what true love is.
Cheating without a condom and saying you're going through a lot. I love you so much. You're big and strong. Like my dumb lug boyfriends who didn't get me. But you speak to me like the men I so cruelly overlooked.
Cut to a headshot of Woody Allen shaking his fist like, why I oughta.
Yes, I am good.
Cigarette appears from behind them. She has a baby and a new husband who is literally cool and hot and normal. You were good. But you were scared. You think you're free? You have just found another woman who you think won't abandon you because she'll never really see the real you. Oh yeah, you can play Cigarette's husband.
Babe, what? Are you into this guy?
Yes, we are all bad. Smiley face.
Cigarette's husband leaves with the baby.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you were the only one who ever truly saw me.
Wait.
And she was the only one who ever truly saw me.
Wait.
In a more zoomed out psychological way, not literally. Literally, despite being written as secure because brown hair, somehow I'm still into you.
I'm no good for you.
Alt.
Live with me forever. The first alt dialogue in the history of the podcast, I think.
Perfect. Wait, don't you see? It's always been us.
Wait, like I saw that day one, and then you railed my man on the table.
You didn't seem like you cared.
I didn't. I'm cool.
Okay.
I have an international business and am good at it with lots of money. It's that impossible. Is that impossible to believe? LOL.
My father sends him money.
Okay. This is actually tracking hugely. Yeah.
Let's have a moment together. Just us two women saying and doing what women do when they are alone. Scene not found. A month later, we can do the thing.
Oh, yeah.
A month later in America, Titiana and Cigarette both sit with babies. sorry. Okay. It was about female friendship and self-worth. I think I'm still fucking him. You are? Me too. Nice. LOL.
That sounded like auto-tune almost. That was incredible.
Group mind, baby.
Yep.
Cut to Cuff in NYC. He
That's
is
just
looking.
what women do when they're
They're
alone.
Don't tell them. Cut to Cuff in NYC. He is looking into the eyes of a Tish freshman.
There's just something so mysterious about you.
Tish freshman, silent.
You're so funny. I'm taking you in for real.
Okay. Wait. Oh, wait. By the way, the three of them, Cuff, Sig, and Tid, obviously fucked at some point. But that's not what complicated things. You're missing the point. It was about self-worth and all psychological, and they're all just like avatars for Mama, Dada, and Woody. But they railed. And in the way people who are too hot do, like all of them just laid there not doing much work. And then Cuff was probably like, watch this. And it was like, LOL. You get it. Just hell. I think the women probably really bonded through this experience. Contrary to whatever threesome narratives goes on where it's like women are jealous. I bet they both were like, why is his tongue so stiff all the time? And why does he say, let me, when you show him where to touch you and then he doesn't do shit? They probably laughed and jacked off with their vibrators later. Sorry. This is like a porn for sure. This movie was a porn, right? For book boys? That's what I'm guessing. XOXO Gossip Mo Fin.
Wow. Really good. Really good.
Okay, and like Kyle, incredible actor. Catherine,
I was born for this role.
wow.
I'm
yes.
nominating you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
That was great.
I was
The
born for it.
embodiment of Tiziana when she arrives in her study abroad program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And breathes like that to her mom.
Yeah.
The depth of change she felt throughout as time passed.
Your voice became cigarette.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I made that conscious choice
Yeah.
for sure.
It was smoke.
Oh, yeah. There's so many
Incredible.
metaphors.
Thank you for writing a guy who doesn't have to change because I can't act.
I loved him.
Sound the same the whole time? That's me.
Except for when it was Cigarette's husband. And the 2-month baby is my
Oh,
favorite.
Yeah. I mean, these things that time zones.
That's the
If you're in
issue.
Barcelona.
If you want to
sure.
get pregnant in Australia, and then you'll have the baby in 2 months
Boom.
here.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that, but I was a biology major, and that's crazy. But also at the same time, didn't know that real life was real. So
Right. We're going through it all here. We're going to take one more break and be right back.
Party rock.
nice.
Great job.
That was
amazing.
epic.
I loved it.
I don't know anything about this. I don't even know if it's the movie I was thinking of the whole time. Something else.
You don't?
You don't know about the movie? I
don't
think
remember.
this is the movie.
I feel like this has
to
to
be
be close,
honest.
but
Is that
it's
not?
making me question
I think it
everything
is.
that I thought I knew.
Because in my head, I'm going, it has to be like one of them gets too close with him.
Right.
And like, what?
If it's all, I'm gonna briefly glance at the
Oh, yeah,
plot
read it to us.
here.
Wait, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm actually.
And please read it in Tiziana's voice.
Yeah. Two American women spend a summer
Oh,
in
they're both
Barcelona
American.
and meet an artist named Juan Antonio. I'm glad you put more thought into the name of the man than Woody Allen did.
Yeah.
Juan,
What do you
that's so embarrassing. That's racist. That is
That's
racist.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
Just name him Javier. That's the guy playing him has a
right.
more complicated name than
Juan
what you came up
Antonio.
with. And they both fall in love with the painter, unaware that his ex-wife is around.
there's a
Oh,
third.
there's another
Barcelona.
woman.
Vicky.
Barcelona.
So Penelope Cruz is Maria Elena.
Okay.
Rebecca Hall and Scarlett Johansson are Vicky and Christina.
Penelope Cruz isn't.
So I think she might be his ex.
Oh.
And he follows two
Okay. Wait,
two
who's
white
the-
girls.
That makes way more sense.
Who's the? So it's Scarlett Johansson and who?
Rebecca Hall.
Oh, okay.
And they both.
But why isn't Rebecca Hall on the movie cover? Because if
Yeah,
I'm
I
at,
thought that it was Penelope Cruz. And
I went to Hollywood Video and Video Station.
Yeah, you're
It
right.
was the three of them on the
I
cover.
don't remember this cover either. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, that was the
All-time
cover.
terrible movie poster.
Oh,
Yeah,
are you
but
joking? No,
she's
it was
not
very
there.
sexual to me as a kid. It took an 8
Wow,
of
Woody
17.
Allen is really nailing it.
He's
horny 'cause
appealing
it was
to
like-
his base.
Oh,
Okay.
kid like 17. That makes more
I was
sense.
17 and it was like they were grabbing each other's bodies.
Well, the way that like
Oh, yeah, I was
Javier
a child,
Bardem
yeah.
sort of his Henley is being kind of pulled off of his shoulder is
Exactly.
very deliberate.
Yeah.
It's in between Gap ad and porn.
Yeah.
When the Henley is getting slightly pulled off.
My favorite George Strait song. I have a new game that I want to play.
Yes.
We've never played it in the history of this podcast.
Can't
There
wait.
is not even a theme song for this game yet. That is how long it's been. We do have a theme song for games with no music, though.
This is a song for a game without a song, yeah. They're about to play a game without a song.
This game is called How Much Does That Merch from This Movie Cost?
Really good.
I'm going to tell you some authentic Vicky Cristina Barcelona related merch.
There's merch?
Okay.
You have to guess, or like movie memorabilia
Question.
or props.
Question.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
It's the
Because
Henley.
people can, yeah, absolutely. People can make their own stuff on Etsy. Is this like fan made?
Right.
No,
This
this is authenticated,
Okay.
Okay.
proper things. I'll tell you what it is.
Like sold through the studio or something. Right? I don't know.
So
Woody's house.
We'll see who can do. Yeah, his house.
Yeah.
We'll see who can get closer to how much this stuff is selling for online.
Really
The
Price is
first
Right.
thing you'll do prices right.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
both can guess.
You can't
No,
go
Price is
higher.
Right is so stupid.
Can't go
One
over.
of us is going to be closer.
You're right.
Yeah, so let's just do whoever's closer,
Whoever's closer.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
But then who gets to pick first?
Oh,
Because
I
there's a
don't
big
care.
advantage of going. Someone will pick. The other person can say higher or lower. How about that? And then we'll rotate.
How about, I'm not worried about losing. So,
No, I don't
yeah,
care about losing
yeah.
at all.
I'm
I'm not
okay,
competitive
but
But if there's
anyway.
not set rules,
The stakes here aren't that
if there's
high,
not set
Kyle.
rules, I won't be able to cook dinner or sleep.
Okay, got it. I understand. I do deeply
Okay,
understand
you know what? I'm
that.
going to go first. You go first second.
Yes.
We got
Yeah,
it.
exactly,
we'll go
exactly.
back
There
and
we
forth.
go.
Great.
That's great.
Giving cough. You're giving cough.
You got to hand it to Cuff. Okay.
No, he knows what he likes.
Yeah.
He does.
And he likes two women at once.
But for his name being Cuff, he sure was free.
Say the metaphors in these names you're getting is incredible. What about Tiziana? You haven't done that.
Didn't get
Yeah.
Tiziana, but I
No.
understood the depth to Cuff.
And cigarette.
How much do you think an authenticated autographed by Penelope Cruz, full script from a read-through of Vicky Cristina Barcelona.
Oh my God.
The certificate of authenticity from the Autograph Coalition has been authenticated. Penelope Cruz.
Can you tell us how long it's been for sale?
There are actually there are 4 of them.
Yeah.
I don't know how long
Been
they've been
sitting
for
on
sale.
that shelf.
This is but they have sold others of what look like autograph scripts from this movie.
Okay.
Who's autograph? Okay, Penelope's like
Penelope Cruz autograph script
autograph script. I'm gonna go. You're paying like $45
from
for
a worked with script,
Right.
not just
because
like
it's
printed
been,
off in her
whole
autographed.
held
I'd say
and
300.
stuff. Yeah, that sounds okay. I'll just be wild and I'll say $650.
$225.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Lower than we might have thought. Lower than I thought it was going to be when I searched it.
That is lower than I thought.
Harder
No, because
to
think about it. It's
find.
like an autograph isn't that much for any actor, and then
Okay.
think it's like a script you can buy like in New York at the drama bookshop for.
Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. So
There
you won that one.
surprisingly wasn't a lot of merch from this movie or memorabilia.
Yeah,
for
when
sale.
you said this game at all, I was like,
I was
I
really
understand
ambitious when I
that.
got into it.
The
It-
plaid
I was like
shirt.
Right.
Star
It
Wars
would be
for
hard.
sure,
Like Star
but
Wars would be
this?
like. I should have thought of this game before
no, this
something
is
more
so funny.
popular.
But I think you should see if there's like weird fan
I
stuff.
couldn't
Yeah.
find anything.
No?
I spent a lot of time today trying to find. It's mostly autograph scripts.
Okay.
Hers is worth a lot less than the
Can I-
Javier Bardem one, which is like
that's sick.
$500, and the Woody Allen ones, which are worth more as well.
My favorite thing to find on
Oh,
eBay is hats for movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like Father of the Bride, Ghostbusters. I'll find like niche movies I love, and there's hats from it. And so I wonder if there's a Vicky Cristina
I bet there
Barcelona.
is.
There
Let's
might
see.
be. It was hard to find authenticated
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, sure.
That she
I
wore
have
on
a crate, like a milk crate side, but it's a fruit crate from Boardwalk Empire that I've just
Whoa.
had with me since when I lived in New York. I taught classes at the Apple Store to a woman who owned a prop house in Greenpoint.
And she
one
gave
day
it
she
to you?
was like, Boardwalk Empire just sold all of their stuff to the Nick, which was that Cinemax
Yeah.
show,
Yeah.
which I loved. And all the stuff they're not using is sitting in a warehouse. If you want, there's a bunch of it that's trash. You can go get some of it. And I got one little crate, and I still have it for
That's
some reason.
funny.
It just takes up space in my
cute.
life, and it's too rickety to hold it. But it says like some company on the side.
I have a
Lemons.
sword from Ben-Hur.
Okay,
I love that.
that's very fun.
Love that.
I have nothing from anything.
You got to get something from something.
What are you doing?
You know
I
what's
don't
available
know.
for sale? Speaking of Vicky Cristina Barcelona, sort of. How much is a baseball
Oh my god.
Okay.
autographed by Woody Allen
Kill me.
and
Actually kill me.
Yeah.
same baseball,
Okay.
Kevin Bacon?
Do they
Sure.
play
Sure. I'm calling the cops. I'm calling
Is
the
he-
cops.
One
in this
baseball.
film?
No, he's not.
No.
Don't know why
He's
they
not-
were
he's
both
not
in
in
the
a
same
Woody
place,
film.
and don't know why they signed a baseball.
He's not in a Woody film.
No, absolutely not. This baseball was actually only 6 degrees away from him.
Oh my
And
god.
very
so I'll
footloose
show
of
you
him.
the
Say that.
two sides
It's
of
only
the
two of them?
baseball.
Are you
There's
joking
the
me?
baseball autographed by Woody Allen and Kevin
happening
Bacon.
here?
That can I tell you? That's giving like Mandela effect or whatever. It's like what reality is that
Right.
Yeah.
This was signed by both of the Berenstain Bears. and
and Nelson Mandela when he wasn't in
Okay, so
prison.
it's just that.
how much for this baseball? Once again, authenticated through a real source.
and it doesn't tell us where that came from.
No one knows. This
And
is like a
somehow
private
it's-
sale that someone has, but they have it authenticated.
I feel as though somebody got Kevin Bacon to sign a baseball and then got Woody
Oh,
Allen to
yes.
sign the other side of
I
that
feel as though
baseball.
there was a celebrity event with the first pitch and 2 people did it.
Yeah.
I could see that. It's,
Yeah.
g- I mean, because it's not like it's a napkin where it's like I ran into them at dinner or
No.
some sort of thing like this, unless you just
They were
happen to have a
both-
baseball.
And baseball's like that's not labeled. It's not like MLB Brewers.
It
It's
has a
not, like-
little label on one
Oh,
side, but
okay.
it's not like a
Doesn't say
Major
team.
League Baseball one. It's just
Yeah.
sort of like a brand.
That's what I mean. It's like
It's
someone's
not
baseball.
from a game.
Yeah.
It's just a
yeah,
baseball
so someone's
someone
just
had.
carrying around a baseball. Okay, let's see.
How much do you think the baseball
Honey, for the-
signed by Woody Allen
How
and
much is
Kevin
the story
Bacon?
about it? Priceless.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you said the script was much more.
1800.
Whoa, 1800.
That's what
Okay,
I'm
I might
saying.
go a little lower. I'm going to say 975.
$532.99.
And it's not enough.
And apparently we think
Trump
that
said he
it's
was going to
not
fix the economy, and
enough.
here we are.
Baby,
Kevin
this
Bacon
is
and
it.
Woody Allen signed baseballs.
Honey.
I
Are
also
too low.
Kevin Bacon seems to like. Isn't he a star? I don't know. He's
What do you
married.
mean? Yeah, of course he is.
Yeah, so I just feel like and everybody loves Woody Allen. So
We
like,
have to
why is
just-
that
who-
baseball not
Oh,
worth
that's
I
more
wonder
money?
if they both autograph a lot of stuff. There were a lot of Woody Allen autographs. At this point, it
There's no
feels like
supply and
Woody
demand.
Allen is excited for someone to ask him for something.
Right.
So,
okay.
because I was like I was looking up like on this like Woody Allen. There's a lot of Woody Allen autographs available for sale,
That's
and maybe
so
it's everyone
likely.
dumping their stuff, which is
Probably.
nice.
Sad.
But it doesn't seem like he's like a recluse withholding his signature.
Right,
and,
he's
and
out there,
increasing
like,
rarity. It's not a Princess Diana Beanie
I
Baby.
hope somebody
This
asks.
Oh my
This
God.
is like just the
Can I tell you the
teeny
worst thing my
beanie.
sister ever did? When we got her Beanie Baby, she was like, "We'll tell what are yours by you taking the tag off, and I'll keep my tag on, and then those will be yours." And guess
Wow.
what?
Wow.
That might be a crime some places.
I think it is. You can prosecute her.
Oh,
See you later tonight, Anna.
this last one is going to transition us into our other game here for the day,
Okay.
because I asked you who your favorite actor was.
Yes.
And you told me Steve Carell.
Yes.
Oh my God, amazing answer.
Amazing
you.
answer.
Yeah.
Amazing answer. How much is a Steve Carell autographed 11 by 14 photo of the chest waxing?
Just a photo of the waxing for 40-year-old virgin.
Autographed by him. This photo here.
That's fun. Right
Oh,
across the
Right across.
the wax
Obviously all
wounds.
authenticated, blah, 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 from a convention or something like that.
Okay.
He doesn't do a lot of autographs. It seemed
he
like it was
doesn't.
harder to find.
I think then
of his.
I might say 345.
Yeah, I was gonna say 300. Yeah,
Okay.
I think around that.
$700.
Whoa! What?
$700
Penelope Cruz is at 240 something.
of a like I almost said game used script of like a she used it at some point like at
Yeah,
a read or
she
something. It's
sweat on
crazy.
Sweat on it. Ah,
I actually want that now.
I know, literally.
You could get that. You probably lowball this person for this script.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure there's throwing
I
numbers.
don't want
out there.
that script though. I just want Penelope Cruz.
Can I tell you?
Just
Yeah, I
for
don't
her
care
sweat.
for like I like memorabilia and I think it's fun, but nothing. I'm like
No,
because I'm like, oh, it's a thing. I'll lose it.
I
Like,
don't know.
Absolutely, I'll lose it. That's why I
Yeah.
don't own stuff.
I've really autographs are odd to me. When you really break down
Yeah.
what it is so
Yeah.
odd.
I autographed somebody's somebody's phone case, and cause she saw me perform, and she was like,
wanna thank
"Hey,
you every day."
I'm having people who I really like autograph my phone."
Nobody
case.
else was on there.
There was one other on there,
Okay.
Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
and it was actually Kevin Bacon.
Wait,
Did you know
who
who
was
it
the other
was?
one?
No, I didn't know who the other person was.
I mean, I never feel cooler than if someone asked me to autograph like
Yeah, that was
my
the
album or like something. I'm like, this is the coolest thing that can ever happen.
That was the first time
then
that
I'm always
ever
worried.
happened. To
I get
me.
so mob about it. I'm like, what are you using that for?
Anyone could have anything of mine and sell it. I don't care. I'll probably mail someone my hair if they ask twice. Like I
Yes.
really don't know. I
Gotta
could be.
ask
I
them.
could be evidence. Wherever.
I'm kind of on your side of that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
even
That's great.
I now have to have a different perspective because people do not slide into my DMs, and now they kind of do.
Okay.
And when they started to, and I'm talking like we can count on one hand, but when they did start to, I was like, oh, wow, this is so cool. I should definitely respond to all of them. No,
I hear you. I hear the impulse.
Why are we doing that?
Well, I didn't realize the culture of like what sliding in was, and like early days when I would just be on all the time, I'd respond like, "What do you mean?" Like when like
Yeah.
yeah, like people would be like,
course
"LOL,
I'm
you're
up.
so
I
random."
responded.
Yeah, and then
Like, what are you talking about?
like
What are you referring to exactly?
and then I got accused of like humiliating people, and it was like it was like people. It was like incel guy. I didn't know that would like respond. I'm not kidding. There'll be men that'll respond to 20 different things, and you'll have it. You'll
Oh,
not
yeah.
respond, and it'll be like, "You're so fucking hot. Fuck you, bitch." And you're like, "Whoa."
I know. I don't go in my other folder.
Yeah.
So I'm, yeah.
But those I'm like, but early days I like in the same way where I was kind of like I took it at face value. I'm like, what are you saying? And then you respond. But
Right.
it's like, oh no.
Yeah. Now I don't go in my other folder because it started to hurt my feelings.
Oh, Angel.
And then I was like, these people
I think
don't
Freud
know
talked
you.
about that. I think that was the
Yes.
id.
like, literally, these people are strangers or robots on the internet.
Not
Best
know.
case robot.
Can I tell you
Some
one
of
of my
that
favorite
language.
robots that I ever saw? Because I do work at freelance in social media. There's this
Yeah.
one that like it's a bot, but then like every once in a while it'll respond like, "Hey, I've been sending you messages and you're not responding. Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "That's genius."
Yes.
Wow. I get a lot of
Yeah,
messages
to
from people that are
care
like,
about
do you want someone to
somebody?
make reels for you? Like, hey,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
a company that does this. And then they will just be like, you have to reply.
Right.
Didn't you get this?
that's so funny.
And then I'll be like, yeah, I got it. I'm not interested. And they'll be like, oh, so you're not interested? And then they'll just send me their first email again. I'm like, yeah, no.
I'm not interested.
No,
What's
I'm
going on
tired.
here? And also, why is hostility what you're going to pick up
Yeah.
for me to answer?
Let me make you a fucking reel
People
at
respond.
Mr. Starburns. And I'm like, that's not even
That's
anything
so
related to
funny.
this anymore.
Yeah.
I was listening to your last episode, name of episode in different font. And I really thought,
I'm like, I didn't even program that. I'm like, Oh, that's so funny.
All right, we have one other thing I want to hear. The Steve Carell is going to be our transitory thing to get us into the next game,
I love
which
Steve.
is called "What's in the Box."
What's in the box?
Where is
What's in the box?
Where's the? Oh, here it is.
Brad.
Who's in the box? What's in the box? Who's in the box?
It's Gwen.
And to this day, no one knows still.
What's in the fucking box?
It was puppies. Puppies.
Puppies. Yay.
That's why he was so mad.
Yes, because he was like, put a breathing hole in there.
It wasn't a way out of my marriage.
To describe that as a way out of my marriage.
This game is called What's in the Box. I'm going to read you a letterboxed review. You have to tell me what movie it's from.
Oh my God, incredible.
How this works is I have 5 reviews from each movie. They get progressively more obvious what movie
Yes.
it is, but there are less points if you have to wait longer.
Wait. Okay, they're progressively less obvious.
So
No,
yeah,
more
they're more obvious.
obvious.
So the first one will be
I get
vague,
so
but
whenever
worth 5
I
points.
like whenever I've seen this played, you play this with other people. I get so anxious because I get so focused.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I've never seen a movie in my life.
Right. It
Like-
is.
And
It's
I actually
really.
haven't seen a movie.
So this
not a
one we
single
will.
film.
These are all Steve Carell movies, so I can narrow this down.
fun.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you guess it after 1, it's worth 5 points.
Great.
If you guess after 2, it's worth 4 points, and
Okay.
so on. You only get 1 guess per movie.
And guess The Office every time.
Yeah.
They are all movies.
The Office.
The Office.
The Office longer, like just 3 episodes of The Office in a row.
Yeah.
It's a
Peter
movie, right?
Jackson Office.
The Peter Jackson. In this one, King Kong talks. All right, first movie. What Steve Carell movie is this? Here's the review. This is it. The only good movie ever made. 5 stars.
Dan in real life.
I was gonna say Dan in real life.
is not Dan in real life.
That was of course gonna be my.
It's incredible.
It is incredible.
No, it's-
It is not
Yeah.
Dan in real
The
life.
I tell you,
pancakes.
When,
oh my
when
god.
anyone ever says something that I'm overwhelmed, I just go, put it on my tab.
Yeah.
It is
Okay,
not Dan in
okay.
real life.
Foxcatcher.
So Mo, you are eliminated from this round.
I just
All right,
Oh.
here we go. Unless
I think
you
that,
guess incorrectly, then Mo is back in.
Okay, I think it's Foxcatcher.
nice.
The lack of competition is. I love it so much. I love it so much.
Did you get it?
It is not Foxcatcher.
No, it's okay. Now you're back in.
If you think
Now you're back
Foxcatcher is
in.
the only good movie ever
I'm
made,
thinking about a
you're
letterbox
a criminal. Foxcatcher is incredible. It's great, but if you say this is the only good movie ever
Yeah.
made, I'm afraid of you.
Listen.
I don't even know how you heard the movie through your cauliflower ear if you think that this is the only good movie ever made.
Oh my god.
I like to think here's a guy who thinks Fantastic Mr. Fox is Foxcatcher.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it was so whimsical.
Incredible. Well, speaking of Steve is my favorite. And Dwight goes, he confuses, or Pam confuses 28 days with 28 days later.
Oh
Yes.
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 Yeah. So good.
All right, for 4 points, everyone's back in.
Okay.
Whole crew's back in.
Okay, I don't remember a single other movie made.
I can't believe
Actually.
this movie simultaneously caused and cured my depression. 5 stars.
40-year-old version.
It is not the 40-year-old version.
I feel as though that was the last. What? Oh yeah, Dinner for Schmucks.
It is not Dinner for
Okay.
Schmucks, but I love
that's
the teamwork.
I'm like, well, I don't know another. And then
like
I
a
went,
goofy
oh yeah,
depression.
that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
When your circle small, but y'all crazy. 5 stars.
And that's not 40-year-old virgin.
Oh, Little Miss Sunshine.
Oh, you should say that.
But I'm out.
No, you're
You're
not.
both back in.
You're
Oh,
back in.
Little Miss Sunshine.
It is Little Miss
Yay!
Sunshine.
And I saw that in the theater,
It's
and I
great.
loved it so
All
much.
of these are accurate.
I just didn't think of that as a Steve Carell movie,
don't
and now,
either.
Here's
and now
a-
instantly I'm like, duh.
Yeah.
Literally, duh.
Here's a couple of the other
Oh, yeah.
reviews. Can she, talking about Toni Collette, can Toni Collette star in a functional family challenge level impossible? This is someone talking about Hereditary, I would imagine, at the same
Yeah.
I
time.
thought Knives Out only.
And then easily the best dance scene in any movie
Yes,
ever. 5
correct.
stars.
I love that movie so.
It's
and
really wonderful.
I'm sorry. What should have gotten an Oscar is Paul Dano finding out he's colorblind.
He's
Yes.
really, really great in that movie.
He's
Oh
so
my
good.
God. I got chills just
Everyone
thinking
kind of
Tip to
gets to
tail.
take turns having real good
Yeah.
moments in that movie. Because I know Alan Arkin won for that movie.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he won Best
Oh,
Supporting
that makes
Actor
me
for that
so
movie.
Oh,
happy.
great.
Because that was peak, like that indie period, like
Yeah.
that sort of
It felt great.
2011.
Good poster.
Amazing.
All-time
Oh my
poster, I
God.
would even argue. All-time
All-time. I would
poster.
argue,
Yellow
yeah.
on yellow.
Also with the van, like
Yeah, so good.
All right, next
gotta watch
movie. What Steve Carell movie is this?
I'm so excited.
Literally, I'm like, I'm gonna rewatch that movie tonight.
It's so
Tonight,
good.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay. Yeah,
Just borked to this. 3.5 stars.
that's a reference to Isn't this no? It's not. Get Smart, is it?
Does not Get Smart.
Okay. Dinner for Schmucks.
I love that you're just gonna say Dinner for
every time.
Schmucks to allow Mo back into the game.
The Office. Yeah.
This one friend I have coded 4 stars.
Okay. Weird. Isn't that Virgin?
Isn't it?
Yeah, say Virgin.
No, it's
Why
your
do I-
turn. You're
Yeah,
back in.
Virgin.
40-year-old virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other 40-year-old virgin reviews, an absolute time capsule, which I agree with.
Sure.
This movie feels exactly
they
like
work in a Best
2005.
Buy.
Like
Yeah.
it feels so. Why do no one's shirt fit?
Why do no one shirt fit?
And
That's heaven.
This guy really
That's
pissed me off.
heaven.
Damn, God, bro, just get a fucking pussy and shut up.
That's the perfect review.
3.5
Because
stars.
it said get
Three
a
and
fucking
a half
pussy.
stars.
That says transition. That's
Just
what that
get
says.
a fucking
Yes.
pussy and shut up. 3.5 stars.
Flawless.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
3.5 star? Okay, wow.
I love the ones, to me, like giving a movie 3 or 2.5 to 3.5 stars and being just vulgar and hilarious is such a fun thing.
Are people mainly doing? I'm resistant to Letterboxd because it's the gluttony thing where I'm like,
I
I'll not
think
stop.
that I read it all the time for this game.
Yeah.
I think some people are. I have to go pretty far to find 5 reviews that I find to be informative, yet
Got
not
it.
ironically being fun. Like to find this
Everyone's
sometimes
doing
is really
bits.
hard. There's a lot of bits, but I do find it to be a very fun. This is just for me. I'm 36. I like seeing reviews through the eyes of people who are 15 to 26
Yeah.
Sure.
because
hear
it's
ya.
a very younger person web. I feel like it's people my age on there, and I even feel a little bit older than I am as far as like pop culture. What I know,
Sure.
because I don't know anything from the 90s or aughts. I'm mostly like 80s or new.
Oh, okay.
But I love reading what kids think about everything.
I like it because it simplifies it in a way, like, because our perspective is like, that actor was this
Right,
and this was
right.
this, and
Yeah.
they're like, this guy is so lame, why don't he fuck?
It's
And
Right.
fun to see
You're like,
young,
okay.
contextless reviews of
Yes.
stuff that you've overthought for 15
Yes,
years.
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
all the 40-year-old version reviews are all pretty accurate. They're like half of the dialogue I would get suspended for saying,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
it's a very funny movie with a great heart in the right place. Like that's what a lot of the reviews of like
Oh.
comedy, especially comedies, because they
Yeah.
are so dated.
Yeah.
They are so, people are just like R-word this, N-word that.
Yeah.
Movie had the right idea. Like
That's so generous.
and it is
Yeah.
very, very like
if
yeah.
it was rewritten,
right.
But I also
the
think
heart
like,
is correct.
it has so much to do. Like I always say this about Citizen Kane because people are like, it's the best. I'm like, no. It was a novel movie at the time. Like it did things no others did, and that's part of the reason it was so good. And it is obviously, but like I even think of the Apatow films, like that sort of improv
Yeah,
style is the
absolutely.
first doing that.
Yeah, it definitely like because before that
and
it's
that's
this.
why it's
Yes.
so right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where it's so
We're
revolutionary.
pointing
and
to
good
Woody
to
Allen's
us.
script, so everyone listening.
Sorry, we're recording
Because
to
it's
Vicky
like
Cristina Barcelona
Apatow,
by
which
Mo.
if you side by side, it seems like long-winded, sort of
Yeah.
rambly things.
But you're like, but that's not something that we got to see, so it was exciting.
Superbad doesn't feel like a Woody Allen movie or
genius.
something. You know what I mean? It is
Right.
rambling
Exactly.
kids going through sexual things, but it feels just more. It feels he's a genre.
Yes,
Yes,
completely. Completely.
But 40-year-old virgin reviews are they were so interesting to me.
I actually can't wait to look into this now.
All right, next Steve Carell movie. We have 2 more.
Okay. I'm so excited to see
Dan in
what
Real
he
Life
chose.
has to be one of them.
It is. Can I tell you?
'Cause it's flawless.
top 5. It's top 5
Dan in
films
real
for
life
me.
has
And
to-
I
he
still
has
listen to the
like 100
soundtrack.
movies on there.
Sandra Litch or whatever did the soundtrack.
I'm not sure I know Dan in real life.
What?
Oh,
He's
are you
on
nuts?
Pancakes?
Juliette Binoche, Dane Cook is the weird brother.
Also, like that Little Miss Sunshine is the second movie in which Steve Carell is like
More
suicidal.
serious. Yeah.
or
Well, he
Yeah.
like left The
Depressed.
Office and then played sad guys for a while and was very good at it. But
Well, even
ultimately,
him
Michael
in
Scott is a very
and
sad
him in
guy.
Beautiful Boy. Are you joking?
Oh, I couldn't watch that, but
Well, that's
I
the
do.
next one,
I
isn't
did
it?
look it up.
No,
It's so sad, but
Yeah.
again, he is such an amazing
And also, I would say that I felt like if I were to watch it, which I just can't, but
yeah, no. Yeah.
I can watch
Right.
things about men who are addicts.
this
but-
podcast isn't about not watching movies.
yeah.
Roll the footage. Yeah.
You pull out the script you wrote for this movie just in case.
But
Beautiful
it's like,
boy
but,
is about a nice kid.
oh God. But isn't that from the perspective of the dad versus the addict?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I was
Well,
honestly
that's
very
what-
triggered watching it, but
I think that's what I feel like that's what
I literally have a
people in my
computer
life
here.
were like excited about, because a lot of movies are about the addict
sure.
versus about the family.
the side. Yeah, well, it was the dad trying to like connect and save and know that how much he could control, how much was his
Right.
fault. What I like about him is that sometimes when comedy guy goes serious actor, it feels like pat me on the back for this.
Right.
And also I was tortured the whole time.
Right.
Whereas he's like, no, I have this within
Like
me.
this is I have a repertoire
Yes.
or like a range. or
Yeah,
whatever,
and it doesn't feel like self-flagellating in a way that we need to watch. And it's done with such care that I think he's one of the best actors to ever live.
I would agree with that.
All right, 2 more, and these could be movies with him, not just like him as a main. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Hint.
Next one. Haters are gonna hate this one. 4.5 stars.
That was okay. Haters are going to hate this one.
I don't know a lot
And we
of
had
his
kind of a
films.
hit. Well, think about.
Well, no, you go first. What do you think it is?
Well, it's not one we've named.
Right.
That would be
And-
an incredible move.
Yeah.
So it's not one that we've named, and he's probably a side character.
Next one. This movie is like when someone gifts you a really fancy pen. And Jake, you can chime in as well if you want.
Gives you a fancy pen, and you can't.
3 stars.
You have nothing to do with it. There's nothing to do with this movie.
Gives you.
Oh, is this the Tina Fey movie he did?
Oh, date night.
Looking for a friend at the end of the world.
Yes.
Oh.
No.
Wasn't that another Tina Fey movie? Was
Is
she
that where
really
Rihanna
good in that?
slaps Michael Cera?
I don't know, but it's neither of those.
Okay. I love this. Can I tell you that naming things is one of my favorite.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
it,
yeah,
too.
yeah.
I love it.
Oh, okay.
Next one. Scientific proof that you could really buy real estate for the price of a bag of chips in the 1950s. 4 stars.
Welcome to Marwin.
It is not.
Okay.
But you were excited, and I was going to let you get all the way.
Yeah.
Because
Is
I'm sorry,
there-
he wears a bomber, and I never watched that.
Is he in that movie like Suburbia?
Suburbia?
It's called something like
The Burbs?
I don't remember. But
The Birds?
The Birds.
I'm just now naming stuff that sounds like what you're saying.
But no, maybe it was Suburbia or something. It was about
Suspiria?
It's
Disturbia?
Yeah.
nobody knows, but it's not that. It's not the one that I'm talking
It's
about.
not whatever we're getting to here. I would have better context.
Was he in the movie with Matt Damon with the tiny houses?
Me, Irene, and
Where he
Jean.
shrinks himself?
Yeah.
I think he was in that Shrink movie. Maybe he wasn't. What's it called? Shrinkage?
But
You
it's
mean
not that
It's
one.
definitely not called Shrinkage.
But it's not that one.
Next one for
one.
2 points. This is the town you pass through between Barbie and Oppenheimer. 4 stars.
That's fun. Whatever this is fun.
Was he in that? Was he in that movie directed by with Harry Styles? I'm gonna be so bad at this. The Olivia Wilde.
No, he wasn't in
in
that. This sounds. Here's what it sounds. It sounds. Oh, My Idiot Brother.
It is not My Idiot Brother.
But it sounds like I didn't watch that. But it sounds like a dumb thing where someone buys a piece of land in the middle of time, like in the 50s.
Right. Is it? Oh, is he in Hot Tub Time Machine?
he is not
That's
in
a good
Hot
one.
Tub Time.
Okay.
Last
Fuck.
one.
We're doing really good.
This
today.
movie features possibly the greatest freaky little guy in cinema history. You'll know it when you
Groot!
see him.
Groot.
4 stars.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Similar build.
You'll know it when you see it. 4 stars.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
And
a tough one.
I have no idea.
Jake, do you have a chime? You don't have a mic, do you?
is it cartoon?
You want to guess? Is it Asteroid City is correct.
I forgot he was in Asteroid City.
I have never
1
heard of
point
this.
for Jake. It's a Wes Anderson
starring
movie.
Titular
Starring
film.
Titiana.
Starring Titiana. Yes, Scarlett Johansson. She's really good in Asteroid City.
Oh,
She's great.
shoot.
Yeah. To me, Asteroid City wasn't. What I found interesting about people's reaction to it was that how revolutionary they thought it was, and I was kind of like, "This is what he does. He's good at it."
That's what I felt so weird.
Yeah.
Not having an extreme reaction
Yes.
to it because everyone was either like, "This
What's
is Wes
it
Anderson's
about?
best movie" or "This is his worst movie," and I was like,
'Cause
"This
I've
one's pretty
seen-
fun," and the
Yes.
acting was fun.
That's
It was
how I
all
felt.
fun.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of Wes Anderson.
You can't.
movies. I
It's
didn't-
about like a town that where it's really hard to describe because it's
like
ultimately not
Rockwell
anything. But
in-
yeah, it's like a Roswell sort
Yeah.
of,
Oh,
and the
okay.
freaky little guy is an alien played by Jeff Goldblum,
And it's cute.
Oh,
who is a
okay.
funny. It's like in between Jeff Goldblum and Groot. Is honestly
Yes,
like
it
his
very
body shape.
is.
All right, last
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Last one.
It better be fucking Dan,
Dan
in
in
real
real
life.
I don't. Okay, I'll watch that. Why is he so sad all the time? Someone please give him a hug. 4 stars.
Why is he so sad all the time?
And it's somehow
It's
not
Marvin. It's
Dan
Welcome
in
to
Real
Marvin.
It's not Welcome to Marvin.
I didn't
And
watch
it's
that.
somehow not Dan in real life.
It's not Dinner for Schmucks?
Let's-
What would you say again? He's sad?
Why is he so sad all the time? Someone please give him a hug. 4 stars.
Oh, Dinner with Schmucks.
Not dinner with Schmucks.
The way you delivered that, like, oh, I got it.
It is not.
Dinner with Schmucks.
Really strange watching Steve Carell raise 3 daughters as a single dad.
In real life!
It is Dan in real life.
Oh
This one's
my
Dan in real
God,
life.
oh my
I've seen
God.
that movie. I love it. I
Oh
was
my
lying the whole
God.
time.
I was going to get so mad.
Also could have been Despicable Me.
Oh my God.
I forgot about that. I forgot he does that.
Well, that's what this review is. Really strange watching Steve Carell raise 3 daughters as a single dad without calling them girls.
That's
3.5
that's a genius
stars.
review.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I love
Right.
Dan in real life.
Your
I
last
just
one
had to
was
pretend
Dan.
I didn't know
Wait,
what it was.
The fact that the
Wow.
group collectively loves Dan in real life, that's
Yeah.
my
So good.
favorite.
It's
I have to
so
tell you,
good.
I hate the poster.
Oh, it
I
doesn't
hate
do
the
anything.
pancake
Pancakes.
poster.
I feel like though
It
at
stands
the
out.
time, at the time I was like, whoa, what a cool poster.
It's so
you know?
different, and
Yeah.
now you do recognize it immediately, and
Yeah.
I associate with the movie, which I really like.
But if you gave it a Little Miss Sunshine edit, like indie, like I think it would.
I mean, it's great. And
Yeah.
here's the other
I'll
reviews for it. This
be
poster is awful and irrelevant, almost certainly a reason why this film was never taken more seriously. 4.5 stars. He fell in love and became attached after one date in a coffee shop. He is me. 2 stars. And then the last one, Little Mid Sunshine. 2.5
whoa.
stars.
It's because they're in the Pacific Northwest. There's not a lot of sunshine. yeah.
Yeah, that's what that was a reference
Yeah.
to.
We
so
gotta get out of
mathematical.
here.
Oh, I love this.
We gotta
I
get
loved
here.
it.
Yeah.
Last podcast of the year.
Oh.
Or no.
Huh?
No, it's not. Never mind.
It's
No,
already.
the Lunar New Year. Okay. And I know you work on that.
Last podcast of a year.
Yeah.
Not the year.
You're
a year.
Zoroastrian,
A
correct?
year,
Yeah,
just-
yeah.
Perfect.
Mo, thanks for being here.
I had so much fun.
Thank you for having never seen Vicky Cristina Barcelona.
My pleasure.
Sound like 3 fake Facebook friend requests. Let anyone know where to find you. Anything you want to let people know about?
Yes, you can listen to my podcast, which has Catherine on it, and will eventually, in a short period of time, have Kyle on it, called Worse Than You with Mo Fry Pasic, and it comes out on Wednesdays, and I love you.
Thank you very much, Catherine. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so
Thanks
much for
for
having me.
knowing nothing about this movie at all.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to tell people where to find you? You were just on here. They found you then.
Yeah.
What do they wanna know?
I guess, does this come out before March 1st?
Yes.
Oh, great. So I have a live show of Pretty Gay at Dynasty Typewriter on March 1st. So you should come to that if you want to see me date queer comedians or date you.
Whoa. The day before my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Party
Wait,
March
your
2nd.
birthday is March 2nd?
Dr. Seuss, honey.
Love that. Okay, cool.
Wait, what day's your birthday? Well, you don't have to.
Gemini.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
I'm a
met.
May Gemini.
Oh,
Are you a June Gemini?
I'm a June-a-May. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fun.
All right. Well, hey, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day.
I
We
guess
should give
we
out
can
all
get
of the
along.
way to hack our passwords at the end of the episode.
Whatever.
And what street did we all grow up on? And can you click on all these sidewalks?
What was your first best friend? Yeah.
I've never seen it.